Okay, so this is Blackboard. All y'all should be, y'all got to use Blackboard in this class. So this is Blackboard site. It's very similar to all. In fact, it's the same. Except I think we've added a reference bureau. I can't remember if there's a reference material section in PLC1, but I'll go back and look. It should be. So announcements. Okay, this is where I basically posted about the lab that we're going to do, and also send you text messages. I'm going to do a little text messages a little different this term. Instead of me having to key in all y'all's names, and then me getting some of them wrong, getting numbers wrong, and not being able to get text messages from me, what we're going to do is going to let y'all sign up for the Remind application. So this is the procedure for signing up for Remind. This is text messaging. It's very, very simple. And then I'll be able to send you text messages about the class. So I think some of y'all did it for the other class. Just because you signed up for the other class don't mean you signed up for this class. So this tells you exactly what you need to do to sign up for the testing application. And that's a really unique feature because it's a proven fact that people check their text messages like over 90% of the time, and they check their email like 50% of the time. So this is a really good thing for me to send out text to y'all. So if you want to get text from me, you gotta have to do what? You're gonna have to sign up for the class. Everybody understand that? And this gives you the code. It tells you everything you need to do. And that way I can send you text messages without giving you my cell phone number. And it'll still be up there, by the way, even. So we don't delete the classes. So that means even in the future, if you wanted to send me a text, you could go through Remind and still send me text. Okay. So that's test messages and sign up. Like I said, I'm not going to key in all these numbers this time because, like I said, sometimes I'll mess up. And then this way, it's your responsibility to get text messages. Course calendar. I don't know if I put the test on here yet or not, but I think I have. Let me turn off one of the classes. So all these are not y'all's classes. So yeah. So this is the class. So we know we have assignment 1 due Friday. Everybody understand assignment 1? This is assignment, part of assignment 1 is due Thursday, and that's where you agree to the course syllabus, right? Very simple. This assignment, but the actual full assignment is you're doing your topic quizzes, reading the syllabus, is doing your syllabus quiz, right? Your fire and evacuation quiz, and that. This is where we have spring break. So spring break is the 26th to the 30th. I don't have the test up here yet, undoubtedly. Because I think we have a test this week right here. 5th class. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a test on the 20th. And then after that, we have a test every 4 classes. Okay. So I'll go ahead and I'll post those. I got it on my calendar at home, but I do it on paper before I upload it, just to make sure everything works out. Then we'll be on spring break. So what I did is I entered the calendar on what affected every one of my classes. Online registration for the summer is on the 3rd of March. I don't think there's any other holidays. Honors and award ceremony. So if you're getting an honors and award ceremony, we'll have to figure out what we're going to do about this day. Probably on that day we'll do an online class. So that means you'll listen to a lecture online, because we can't, it's a mini term and we can't drop off the classes. The class will not meet on that day, because usually honors and awards is starts at like 10 o'clock and we're supposed to be there at 9 o'clock and it goes to 1 o'clock. So we'll do an online class on that day. This is the last day to withdraw from the class. Y'all understand that day? What's the last day to withdraw? What does it mean? To avoid an F, you know. So if you withdraw before that day, that means you get a W in the class. And you'll still have to repeat the class, but that it don't count against your grade point average, right? Something don't count is a lot of, and people don't understand that, is that once you fail a class, that is always part of your grade point average. So if you make an F in it one time, and then you turn around the next time and make an A in it, and the average is a C, right? You understand that? A W don't count. A W is just like an audit. Except an audit, you can sit through the whole class. But here you'd have to withdraw by this day. If you withdraw by that day, then you get a what? A W. If you withdraw after that day, you get a grade. Everybody understand that? First week of, this is where our assignment's at. I think right now we have 3 assignments. So that's the first assignment. It deals with reading the course syllabus, doing the syllabus quiz, reading evacuation procedures, doing that quiz. The syllabus brief, the syllabus brief that we gave out is actually part of the syllabus. Everybody understand that? It's just that we're not supposed to give out syllabus anymore. Anybody know why? Too much paper. Yeah, if you thought about everybody taking, our college has about 3,000 students. And if each one of them's taking 4 classes, minimum load, that would be a lot of paper just to do syllabus. So, but what we understand is that when you're at the bookstore, stuff like that, you don't have access to a computer, and you can't look up your textbook and all that kind of stuff. So that's why we give out the brief, which is basically almost the first page of the syllabus. Second syllabus is just to send me email with the information that we request. This will be due next Friday, and all that's doing is just making sure that my sorting and everything works. So what we do is instead of me having to go through all the email to see if I can contact you and communicate with you, what we do is we set up folders for each class, and my email automatically assorts it into a folder for this class. And then, of course, what I do when I receive your email is I'll come back and I will send you an email back saying you completed the requirements for assignment 2. So if you send me an email and you don't get an email back from me, now it's not going to be instantly, but it'll be before next class, right? At the next class, you need to let me know and figure out why it didn't get sorted into the class or went into junk mail. For a while there, a lot of our students' email was going into junk mail. We hadn't had that in a long time. It seems to be working okay. And then assignment 4, or the last assignment, will be, and there might be assignments added to this, by the way. So everybody okay on those? First week quizzes, we'll go ahead and look at that. So here's the actual course syllabus brief. And like I said, y'all have had my classes before, so, and all our syllabi for our classes are basically practically the same. Course description, y'all supposed to read this textbook. Everybody okay on the textbook? Okay. Like I said, if you didn't buy a lab book, you should be okay. I can supply the labs for this class, but you're going to need that textbook. We reference that a lot in this class. If you bought the textbook for this used to be called AUT 214. I need to wipe that out because AUT 214 is now, they changed the course number to Manufacturing Computer Simulation. This is ILT 196. That's what I was looking at it. When we was changing over, we was teaching the class, and it was awful because we had to keep up with 2 Blackboard sites and everything. But I think we got that taken care of. This is professional competencies. Y'all can see that. Test. Everybody understand my test? How many tests do we have? 3. Right? How many makeups do we give? None. What do we do? Drop your lowest test grade. If you have to be absent, if you miss 2 tests in an 8-week term, you're in trouble anyway. Everybody understand that? Assignments are given out verbally or actually posted on Blackboard. Assignments that are not turned in later than due date time will lose points for each period that's late. Basically, assignments are worth 50 points apiece. If you turn them in the day after that, then if you get everything right, you'll get 40 points. The day after that, you'll get 30 points. Everybody understand that? And after the 5th day, you get how many points? None. Worksheets. I can't think of any worksheets in this class. We'll have to go back and look at that. I'll have to go back and look. Like I said, it's been a while since the class is made. We're going to do it out of the lab manual. Everybody okay with that? Everybody understand that it requires at least C to pass this class. Everybody know that, right? Attendance. You know how important it is to be in my classes. We cover a lot of material. We talk about withdrawals. This problem, I didn't have problems with it last semester. I didn't have anybody drop my class last semester. But normally things happen in life, and we understand that. And you would have to, you need to withdraw from college. Well, for some reason, students have, I don't know why, think that if they stop coming, they drop from class. They're withdrawn from class. Now, no, that's not true, right? If you stop coming and you don't withdraw from class, then what's going to happen? You're going to be graded just like you were here, right? You understand that? That means every test you don't take, every lab you don't do, you get a 0 on those, and at the end of the term you get a what? An L. And this is done online. You can go to the college's website. I don't know if it's on current students or not, but it's up in the quick link section. You know there's 2 sections to quick link. They can only show much, but down at the bottom it says more. And if you click on that, I think the e-withdrawal is inside the second page. And you can do that online now. Years ago, the students had to carry a slip of a form around and get all their instructors to sign it, which was fun. But now you do it online. You don't even have to come here. So you could be in another state, right? You understand that. Plagiarism. Everybody know what plagiarism is? What's plagiarism? Yeah, and claiming it as your own. So, we don't do that. Cheating. This is on there. Professional decorum. This is what the college expects of you. This is you. It says you're not supposed to text during class. It says you're not supposed to sleep in class. It says you're not supposed to speak out of turn. Not move around. No eating or drinking. I think one of the guys in one of the classes last night got upset. He was over there in my computer, in a computer, had a big old McDonald's sack and a drink and everything by my computer doing what? Munching away, yeah. So, when I told him he wasn't supposed to eat, Wearing inappropriate clothing, sunglasses, hats, or earphones. I don't care about the hats. If you was in Nancy's class, she would jump on you. She don't teach anymore. Hats, I don't have a problem with. I do have a problem with guys wearing pants where I can see their underwear.
I would have a problem with that.
I mean, that's a shame where one man's got to tell another man to pull up their breeches, right? Course concerns. If you got course concerns, first of all, so they got the procedure up here you're supposed to follow if you got concerns about the class. First of all, you're supposed to speak to the instructor. If that don't resolve the matter, you still think you're being wronged, so then you're supposed to talk to the department head, right? If then you don't think the matter's resolved, then you're supposed to make an appointment with Dr. Crawford and talk to him about it. So we try to do everything we can, but there's some things we can not do, right? You understand? So if you go the entire semester and you don't do any labs and you get an F in the class and you complain about that because we don't give you any time to make up your labs, well, there is no time to make up lab, right? You understand that? So there's some situations that we just can't do for you, but if we don't live up to the course syllabus, if we don't grade you according to the course syllabus, then of course, then you would have a legal ground to get some relief. But failing all your tests and not turning any labs is not a legal ground to get any relief. By the way, there is a form. Talk to the department chair, and then what you do is you don't go make an appointment with Dr. Crawford. You go to the portal and you submit a concerning complaint, and then they will set up something to who you need to talk to, what you take care of. Everybody okay there? No discrimination or harassment in the class. American disabilities. We have a problem with this, where people have a disability and then they want to make arrangements with an instructor to get special consideration. Now, we will make every thing possible we can do if you've got a documented disability. But I cannot take your word that you have a disability, right? You understand? And this has happened to me before where I've had students come up and say, I need more time to take tests. Well, and there is no more time to take tests, right? You understand? But if you've got a documented disability that says, I need more time to take tests, then we would make what? We would make arrangements for you to take tests. If you need a quiet space to take a test, we would make arrangements for that, but it's got to be what? It's got to be a documented disability. So we've moved classes, we've changed floors and kind of stuff like that to make those. So we want to give you every chance to succeed in the class, but you can't come up to me without a documented disability and tell me you need more time to take tests. And why is that? Because I would have to what? I would have to do it for the whole class. Everybody understand that? Cell phones, you want to make sure your cell phones is what? Silent, yeah, while you're in class. And we'll look at this one right here. What does it say? About texting in class.
Oh, that's
Number one. So if you got a text, you can get up and go out of the class and do that. Don't answer your phone in class. Of course, I might do it sometime, but that's my boss. Course calendar, American with Disabilities, acceptable use, harassment, children on campus. We can't have children on campus. Everybody understand that? And then, of course, notes. You can read these. By the way, and I don't know what I need to do about this. I complain about it and complain about it. First of all, we're required to keep accurate rows. So I call roll at the first of class. And then after that, I don't think about roll anymore, right? You understand that? So if you come in late, what are you supposed to do? Supposed to let me know you're here, so that way I'll get you on roll. Everybody understand that? If you leave early, you're supposed to do what? You're supposed to let me know. I'll turn around and people will just be gone. You know, and they don't come up and say, hey, Rich, I need to go. I'll tell my class, don't say, hey, Rich, is it okay if I go? Because I'm going to say what? I'm going to say no. But I can't keep you here, but I can't give you permission to leave my class, right? You understand that? And you're all adults. I don't need to know why you're leaving. All you need to say is, Rich, I need to go. And that's it. Because there's no excuse absences in college. Everybody understand that? You're not going to be able to make up work anyway. That's why we drop one of your lab grades. But if you're going to leave, if you got to leave, just come up and say, Rich, I got to go. Unless Logan. Y'all remember what happened to him? He did tell me he was leaving, but he got a call from his wife. He told him his house was on fire. And he left fast. But he did tell me, even though he had to leave and was running out of the classroom, he said, I gotta go, my house is on fire. So that was pretty neat. It wasn't, he just had a fire on his stove. So his house didn't burn down. So, any questions on the syllabus? Like I said, we just went over the high points. Are we okay? And like I said, it's pretty much what we talk about are the same syllabus, basically the same syllabus, basically the same Blackboard side. Let's see if there's anything else up there. I think there's a reference material site up there. And we're going to, not only are we going to be using the textbook this semester, we're also going to actually use the books that come with the PLC. What's nice about these are usually free. So you usually can go to Allen Bradley and get any book that they have available on their PLCs. And why is that? Well, if they give these things away free, it helps the people that's out there, but it also helps engineers make a decision on which PLC that they need to do because they know exactly what they support. So over there we'll be dealing with 3 PLCs. We know we have 2 PLCs, 2 model PLCs in the lab. And what's the 2 model PLCs we have over there? Over in our lab. Yeah, we got the SLC 504, and then we have the Micrologic 1000s. We were going to try to use the 1100s, but like I said, I don't think we got enough panels to mount them on. I would like to do that hopefully before the end of the term to give you a chance to actually wire a PLC. It's not as complicated as you think. Well, to me anyways, I should bring it. But here's reference materials. So you always have access to this. Here's all the PLC manuals that we're going to be using. So we have the manuals for the RS Logic user manuals. We have the 500 instruction set, which is the one that we're going to be dealing with primarily this semester. Then we have the Logic Pro user manual. So if you got that from last semester and want to play around with that, like I said, that it's got a few problems with it, but it's one of the best PLC simulators that I've ever seen. What's nice about the Step 7, which we'll play around with today, is when I say it's about the best one, Step 7 it has the best one because it's integrated into the application. So what you do with the Step 7 is you literally use the application to create the program, but then you can bring up a simulator so you can simulate inputs and see what's going on in your outputs, which is really, really neat. Here's the user manual for the 1000. We have the user manual for the 1100. And then we have the 1100 instructions. Also inside here, we have a reference material. These are the manuals for the Siemens that we have, that we'll be looking at in a minute. We have the 300s, which is the one that we'll be looking at today. I don't know if I've got the 1200s in here. I'll put some of the 1200 manuals on here. So we got two categories or two models of Siemens PLCs. We have the 300 model, which is over here on the Amatrol line, and then we got the 1200s, which in PLC 3, that's the one we're going to be changing the Festo line over to. The Allen Bradleys, we have 1500s, which are on the Festo line, and then we have 1100s, which we'll play around with in the lab over there, in the classroom over there. Then we have the SLC 504s, which is the modular PLC, right? And then we have the 1100s, which is what I refer to as a hybrid PLC. A hybrid PLC it comes with the CPU, some inputs and some outputs, and usually even a power supply inside the PLC, which is basic. And then you have the ability to add additional modules on to the side with some type of rail that we call a dimmer. I'll put those together. But while we were playing around, I do have the 1200. I do have one of the 1200 manuals. Then inside this reference material also, we got another one called reference material, and this is where our glossary's at. And this glossary, guys, this guy, you can see, I just updated this one yesterday. So this glossary is something that's in the works, and it covers things that you need to know for PLCs. It's got an electrical section in here, and instead of putting everything together, what we've done is divided into sections, because different classes use different sections, right? So this is electrical, and then we have a part on computers. Because PLCs are what? They're computers, right? Even though they usually call them CPUs, they are actually computers. And this talks about addressing modes. We'll look at that during the semester. And then we have a section on networking. So we talked a little bit about that, and we'll look at the network that they have set up on the Amatrol line. And then we have a section on programmable controllers. And like I said, this is new, so if you see any problems with it, like using the wrong words and stuff like that, I do that all the time. I'll type D when I want to type 2 and stuff like that. So all the definitions that we look at in this class, and there'll be a lot of definitions on the test, this will probably be the best place to go study for them, right? Instead of trying to dig through the book. And then we have the last section is a section on sensors. What is a sensor? Physical stimulus, right? And converts it into what? Electrical. So we can process it. So we'll look at some of the sensors over here on our lines. The book covers sensors pretty good, just a little touch of them. We do have a class in sensors, by the way. And we'll look at some of these, and this is the terminology on sensors. We put it on the schedule this semester, but we didn't have enough students in there to teach it. I'm not sure if it's on for summer or not, even though we did the summer schedule. I have a tendency to do schedules and then I do what? I just forget about them. Summer schedules are already out. Are being reviewed now, and also fall schedule too. So they've got what they're doing. What they're doing now is they're making us do the summer and the fall schedule at the same time. So both those schedules, I'll try to show you our draft of them Huh? There is no maximum amount, but it's real hard because it's only a 10-week term. We don't do, our program we don't do mini terms during the summer. All our 3 credit hour classes are set up for 8-week terms. So we got 2 options. We can spread it out over 10 weeks, or we can leave it what? 8. But they do mini terms in the summer. But they are 5-week terms. If we did a 5-week term, our classes would meet 7 hours a day, 2 days a week. So we can't what? We can't do that. So we don't do mini terms in the summer. So we just do 8-week terms. And then the other 2 weeks we do seminars for high school instructors and stuff like that we do. We wasn't able to do it last year because we were we were doing our level 1 certification. But if you could get a 15 credit hour load, it's fine in the summer, but it's real hard because all the classes meet longer. In fact, in the summer we teach 1 less class to be full time. So in the summer if we teach 4 classes, we're full time. In the spring and fall, we have to teach 5 classes to be considered full time, because there's no way in the world we can teach 5 classes and work 40 hours a week. So that's a good question. So yeah, they offer a lot of classes. We don't offer that many electronics classes or in your field, but there's a lot of academic classes. In fact, during the week before the summer semester starts, they do what they call intern classes. And this is a 1-week term. And in that intern class, it's 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. But you get rid of a 3 credit hour academic course in 1 week. It's really neat. And what you do is you take your classes Monday through Friday, and you take your final exams on Saturday. But you can only do 1. But you can get rid of an 8-week. You can get rid of one of your academic courses in 1 week, which is pretty neat. Any more questions? Huh? You come 8 hours a day.
No. How do you know? Like we can do any of them?
Only the ones that's being offered. So they'll come up with an intern class schedule. There's a lot of instructors that don't do that, but they get paid for a 3 credit hour course, even if for 1 week, right? You understand that? So that means they could teach that 1 week and they would get checks all summer long. Even if they don't get a summer contract. It's rough. You gotta be hot and heavy, but what you do is they'll come out with that intern class schedule. So it's just like anything. So you can't say all of them. It's only the people who want to teach 8 hours a day. Are we okay?
Yep. You got things probably an hour.